Have you ever encountered a situation where a simple design or an unwritten rule suddenly made it much harder, or even impossible, for you to participate in an activity or access a place? Many of us have, and when these challenges specifically hinder individuals with disabilities from full and equal involvement, we call them accessibility barriers. An accessibility barrier is essentially anything that prevents people with diverse abilities from participating in daily life on an equal basis with others. This can include physical obstacles, communication challenges, or even negative attitudes. The goal is to ensure everyone has the same opportunities to learn, work, play, and engage in their communities. The why behind recognizing these barriers is rooted in the understanding that disability is often a mismatch between a person's abilities and their environment. It is not always about an individual's condition, but rather how the world around them is designed. For example, a person using a wheelchair is not inherently disabled by their chair, but by a staircase without a ramp. This perspective shifts the focus from fixing the person to fixing the environment to promote inclusion and equity. Think of it this way. Barriers often fall into several categories. There are physical barriers, like narrow doorways, steps without ramps, or bathrooms that are too small for a wheelchair to navigate. Then we have informational and communication barriers, which can include websites that are not readable by screen readers, signs that are only in print with no braille, or spoken information without sign language interpreters. There are also attitudinal barriers, which are the negative stereotypes and prejudices that lead to discrimination. Finally, policy or systemic barriers are rules and practices that unintentionally create obstacles, such as an event registration form that is only available in a format inaccessible to certain assistive technologies. Recognizing these barriers is the first step toward creating a more inclusive world. Often, solutions are simpler than they seem and benefit everyone. This concept is sometimes called the curb cut effect, where a small ramp cut into a sidewalk corner helps not only wheelchair users but also parents with strollers, delivery workers with dollies, and travelers with rolling luggage. When we design for accessibility, we often improve convenience and safety for a much wider audience. So, understanding what constitutes an accessibility barrier means looking beyond the obvious and considering how different people interact with their surroundings. By identifying and removing these obstacles, we pave the way for communities where everyone feels welcome, valued, and able to contribute fully, leading to a richer and more vibrant experience for all.
If this resonates with you, like, subscribe, and share your truth with us.